Consider this your trigger warning. The following program is strictly satire and is not meant to be taken seriously. So don't get all butthurt, you liberal snowflakes, just because we skewer your sacred cows and expose all your lies and hypocrisy. Truth hurts, and so does satire. So grab a drink, pull up a chair, and enjoy the show.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. It is the Free for All Friday, and it has been a hell of a week, and today has produced some big surprises. I hope you're prepared with food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, and your means of self-defense. Not to mention a keen sense, maybe a sixth sense for what's going on around us and where we're going. We have a nation loaded with traitors. And I'm not just talking about Washington, D.C. We all know, though, that hospitals are a dangerous, dangerous place. You go there, they could inject you with cancer. You go there, they could inject you with AIDS. You go there, they could inject you with monkey DNA. They're doing everything they can to make us not trust doctors, nurses assistants, wow. And now this. Uman sent me a story. It was a webinar put on by Wave Compliance Immigration Raids at the hospital. What? I can't even read their own shit. Basically, it was how to balance patient confidentiality and still comply with ICE raids. The only thing and the only confidentiality they are supposed to do is what? HIPAA. Do not tell anyone else what that person's medical conditions are. Their date of birth? No, that's free. Their country of origin? Do they have legal status? Once again, doctors, nurses, healthcare are doing all they can to steal from you and make sure criminals are protected. Unfucking believable. Thanks, man. I needed that extra headache. Nailed it. Anyways, yeah, it's unbelievable. So it is the Free for All Friday, folks. Free for All Friday. What that means with you is you get to get your questions in now, because we're going to go back and forth. Bam, 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 bam. Me, you, as best we can. Instead of my 30-minute monologue and then 30 minutes to you guys, we just share the show all the way through. So I'd love your questions, comments, thoughts, predictions, observations, prognostications, and even pontification. All right, Mr. Uman is in the house, and we will be back also Sunday Night Live, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Zoo. There could be some amazing, massive, crazy, wild shit happening on the weekend. At least I am hoping so. The only way to get through this change is for the change to happen. And it's going to be change for good, or maybe not change for good. So I will now do a story. Uman got the first one coming right out the gate. I'm going to follow up with the Justice Department, folks. That would be the DOJ, Department of Justice. Justice Department, whatever. They have announced that charges against Representative LaMonica McIver are happening because she assaulted Immigrations and Customs Enforcement agents. I didn't see this video, but apparently someone has an angle of the video where she has her hands around the throat of a federal officer. I don't think she was checking for lumps and bumps and, oh yeah, I can see you've got a little bit of, yeah, we need to get you to the doctor's office where they can inject you with AIDS. Nope, folks, arrests need to happen. They must happen, right? So And if they do, hey, AOC, Dollar Store Obama, Hakeem Jeffries, I want you two to make good on your threats. Are you aware of the threats that both AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and Discount Obama, Hakeem Jeffries said, right? There's going to be hell to pay if you dare try and arrest a Democrat. And don't you even try. You just stop right there, right? Who are they? They're legislators. They're members of Congress. They aren't the law. They vote on whether something can be a law or a statute. They're not above the law. They don't represent the law. They're supposed to represent us, the people. Well, I want them to make good on their threats. I want to see an arrest made on this dumb bitch, LaMonica. And then I want to see AOC and Dollar Store Obama try and get their protesters, BLM, Antifa, the pro-Palestinian dipshits, get them out on the street and start acting violent. Let's see it. I want to see arrests. And we need high-level arrests. This dumb bitch, by the way, Representative LaMonica McIver, yeah, she is a Democrat. She's not high level. She is dirt. She's like the rest of us. She's at the dirt level. She's no one special, but they think they're special. They think that they're incredible, that they're amazing. That's what they think. I don't know why they think that or who told them that, but to me, it's painfully obvious that they're just regular people. Actually, they're not even regular people. They're lowlifes. Okay, Mr. Uman, it's been a hell of a week, dude. I'm glad you made it through it alive. Right now, I have a mixed beverage known as a cocktail. Ooh, that's good stuff. What do we want to talk about out there in the audience? Get your questions in because it's the Free for All Friday, and Badass Diving Frog checks in. He says, John, it was leaked that Facebook was aiding pedophiles by directing child content to them. Fuckerberg, what an asshole. Whoever wrote that code needs to go to jail for contributing to, aiding, and harboring also child pedophiles. Now, you and I right now are dealing with massive amounts of censorship, whether it's Facebook or Meta, whether it's Instagram or X, whether it's YouTube or any social media. We're all being hidden. So I want to look up, let's pick a topic. Moon conspiracy, moon landing hoax. You know what videos I get? Pro-NASA, pro-government, anti-hoax, anti-conspiracy. I get the exact fucking opposite. I want to look up getting prepared. I can't find anything. Right? They hide us. But somehow, if you're a pedophile and you're on Facebook, the algorithm goes, oh, we know what you're looking for. We'll go get it for you right now. Here you go. Take a look at this trash. But with us, we try looking for what we want. It's hidden. It's not available. Literally. You can't tell me this is a fucking accident. Well, it's just doing what it's supposed to do. Oh, really? So if they can write a program that allows pedophiles to be directed to find more, distasteful, disgusting, illegal, criminal fucking shit, then they can make an algorithm to point it out to the FBI. Maybe they'll make some more arrests. Maybe someone will make some arrests, and at least then our good buddy, our good buddy, what's his name again? Oh, yeah, Kash Patel. Fuckerberg needs to be arrested for that and a number of things. I did see another article, by the way, that talked about how they're trying to use and have used and done experiments on people who use Facebook, trying to burrow into their brains and fuck with them. Now, thank you, Meister Diving Frog. And now let's talk about Cash Patel for a second. This is the headline of the story. Are you ready? Promises made, promises kept. Oh man, Diving Frog's back on the screen. Promises made, promises kept. Really, really. What is that about? What are we talking about? The director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Cash Patel, has announced he is shutting down the current Washington, D.C. headquarters of the FBI. Well, that's the headline. But did you or any of us see the building being vacated? Has anyone reported or sent videos out or pictures of the FBI headquarters in Washington, D.C.? I believe that's where it's the J. Edgar Hoover building. Has anyone seen caution tape, yellow tape, police tape, any tape? Maybe pylons, cones, caution tape, security fence, anything put it up around it? No, because what Cash Patel said, right? He's shutting down. Those are words. Promises kept means we see the building being vacated and officers carrying their shit out in crappy moving boxes. I didn't see anything, right? No more words. No more letters. No more promises. The only thing I want to see is action. I want to see arrests. I want to see prosecutions. And I want to see people going to fucking prison. I am sick of hearing from these people. Are you guys? That's why we write, call, text, message all of these bastards in Washington, D.C. and yell at them. You made promises. Don't give us more promises. Don't give us words that say, see, I promise, I'm going to do it. I want the action. The reason he said these words, I'm going to shut it down. And then some stooge in the media goes, yeah, promises made, promises kept. No. If that worked, the government would come to me and go, John, you owe us $5,000 in taxes. John, you owe us $10,000 in taxes. I'd be like, I promise to pay. I promise. Yep, and the Internal Revenue Service just goes away, right? They go away, right? No, they don't. They don't go away. They don't want words. They don't want promises. Government demands you behave and give them your money. But when they want us to shut the fuck up, they make a promise. Right? We were told we were going to get the Make America Great Again agenda. Right? The Epstein files, close down the FBI, rout out the deep state, right? Fire all these fuckers, cut bureaucracy, promises. A couple of things have come true. Nice. The rest are just promises. I ought to be able to tell the government, I promise to pay taxes. I'll get back to you when I'm ready. That makes the most sense, doesn't it? That's what they give us. Why can't we give that back? They don't give a fuck. They're like, you're supposed to pay us. Now you've got penalty. Now you've got interest. And now we're going to fucking audit you every year. That's what we get down here at the dirt level. Up here at the top with the government, guess what? Today, maggot Mike Johnson, the fuckwad Speaker of the House, stood in front of a microphone, surrounded by his ass-kissing followers, and told us, the American people, that congressmen ought to be able to trade on the stock market so they can support their families. So they can trade on the stock market with insider information securing for themselves profits before anyone else have a chance, and then remove their money out of the market and take those profits to support their family. They make 6 fucking figures a year. And what have they been doing this year? They've worked, 30 fucking days in 5 months? Sorry, 4.5 months. That's all these fucking people do is take time off. They're getting paid $150,000 a year, plus benefits, vacation, medical, dental, vision, retirement. They get all of their fucking expenses are paid. Right now, it's so bad that AOC was renting a luxury car using her congressional credit card. Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to pay for my own shit with my own money. And they've been doing this shit since the 1980s when they caught members of Congress just writing checks. That's back when they used to have paper checks. They just write checks. And they didn't care. Write checks. They'd overdraw the congressional balance. They didn't give a shit. Now they just do it with credit cards. They don't give a shit. But they want to make sure, right? Maggot Mike Johnson. We need to make sure congressmen they sacrifice so hard. Can you fucking believe this, folks? Tell me shit isn't hit the fan. Oh, man, it's not even a part-time job. The amount of hours they put in, not even a part-time job. What I don't know is how much per diem they get, which is free extra money, free of taxes. It is maddening, folks, maddening what is going on in Washington. Maggot Mike Johnson is supposed to be a Republican. He's supposed to be the top of the Republican Party in Congress. He's supposed to be responsible. He's supposed to be Make America Great Again. MAGA Mike Johnson. No, he's Maggot Mike Johnson. And Kash Patel, he's announced he's shutting down the infamous, well, yeah. And Pam Bondi said, I'll have that out next week. Epstein file's coming. I just have to protect the innocent. I just have to protect national security. It'll be out very soon, I promise. Promises made, promises, what promises? I didn't say that. These are the fucking people screwing us over. Tell me that it's not the uniparty and fuck us. All right, before I lose my shit altogether. Interesting. People on X. Everyone who's watching, we're on the preparedmind.club. We're on subscribestar.com live, and we're on X live right now. And no one on X is getting their chat into the chat box. I wonder why. I wonder what X is doing to stop people. Be sure and click on the video. That should open up the chat box. Then you can participate. X is a little different than YouTube or the other means by which we communicate here. So let's get you guys on X into the conversation. We've got a lot to discuss. So, Mr. Uman, who's up next? And we got, Uman, he says, heard the new Pope came out and declared that the family is founded on a union between a man and a woman. Uman says, wasn't expecting that from him. And on top of that, I will add to this, Mr. Uman, that the Pope talked about how sacred this stuff is, including unborn babies and the elderly, our elders. I too was shocked. I was like, interesting. Has the last communist, satanic Pope, was he so bad that the church is not getting the money and control at once? So it's decided to kind of reel back in the woke bullshit. You know, the woke bullshit, like open borders is good. Well, it's good for thee, but not for me, the Pope. Right? They're all about, everyone in power is about themselves and fuck everyone else. So the Pope seems to be doing some good things here. Once again, do something good, you get praised. We watch, we listen, we think. So keep watching, listening, and thinking. And of course, writing, texting, calling, emailing your congressmen, senators, the president, the Supreme Court, the FBI, the Attorney General, everybody. Do your best, folks. It is, and again, an election, candidates are so busy lying and kissing everyone's ass just to get the votes taken care of. But once the voting is done, all the voters go away. And you and I become more powerful because they're in office and very few people are messing with them because the election's over. Now you and I can yell and scream, and our noise, our complaints has a profound impact, bam, on what they hear from us. Yep, the Senate.gov, senators, and Congress.gov for congressmen, and the Capitol switchboard for making a phone call. Call up, get your senators, get your representative, call other representatives, and give them hell. Literally, ride their fucking asses. Ed Martin. Does anyone know who Ed Martin is? There's a lot of people running around that are important. They know people, they're attorneys. I don't know who Ed Martin is at the moment, and I don't really care. But he was on big-time mainstream media saying James Comey, former director of the FBI, will go to jail. Well, that's what he should do. Folks, shit has hit the fan. When a former FBI director who participated in a scheme to cause Trump to lose the election, a scheme to get Trump impeached and removed, a scheme to destroy and smear and interfere with the President of the United States. That James Comey, when he puts a numeric code on the internet, social media, the numbers 86 and 47. And then so, geez, I didn't know what that meant. 86ing means taking him out, killing him. And 47 means Trump. So Ed Martin, hotshot attorney, says James Comey's going to go to jail. Well, he should go to jail. But will anyone arrest James Comey? My guess is Congress is going to hold a week-long hearing discussing whether or not bureaucrats are subject to the law. They're going to discuss whether numbers can actually mean things. Right? They're going to have committees look into historical places and historical people and historical instances that allow the act of treason to be committed. Right? And threats against the president. And of course, molesting children. Right? They're going to go through all of that, and then they'll do nothing. Because that's what Congress does. They hold hearings and they ask questions and they don't give a fuck. It's all blah, 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 blah. Yada, 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 yada. Nothing is going to happen. Nothing. Where's the Attorney General, Pam Bondi? Why hasn't she said, look, this is unacceptable, right? The President of the United States has already been shot through the fucking ear, and another assassin showed up at a golf course. This isn't a cute joke. It's not a prank. It's not a trolling. It is inspiring people to commit acts of violence. Waiting for it. Where's the Attorney General? Oh, wait. She's probably getting her makeup done in the Fox studios. Where's Kash Patel? He is the Federal Bureau of Investigation. He should investigate this and go, oh, yeah, there it is. James Comey put that on the internet. That is a fucking crime. Investigation is over. Arrest him. Arrest him. The fact that he's the former director of the FBI, now he has immunity. Now he can threaten the president's life. He can call for insurrection. He can commit treason. He can molest children. Why not? He's a Democrat. Bureaucrats don't have to play by the same rules. Too much, folks. It really is too much. it seems. Wow. Hey, what do you guys want to talk about? Mr. Uman, who's up next on the Prepared Mind channel? And it's our good friend Chin Music. And he says the Pope is an open border stooge. He hasn't advocated for the walls at the Vatican to be taken down, though. Oh, yeah, he is an open border stooge. That was my big objection to the Pope. He was criticizing the Vice President of the United States. He's criticizing the United States of America for wanting to protect its borders from an invasion by Muslim terrorists, drug dealers, child kidnappers, rapists, child rapists, murderers, extortionists, professional thieves. Yeah, the Pope doesn't seem to realize America is not anti-immigrant. You can immigrate here, or you could seek asylum here, but there's a way to do it legally. For some reason, the Pope forgot about the law. You know, there's the Bible and its laws, or whatever religion you have, right? And then there's the government law. Apparently, he kind of missed the part about nations protect themselves from criminals, from invasion, from other armies. 20 million illegals in this country. That's significant. That's a fucking invasion. 20 million is more than 5% of our population. 5% of our total population. It's more like 7.5%, 8%. But the Pope thinks that's no excuse. Let the Pope do some good things, but he needs to change his fucking mind because, yeah, the walls at the Vatican are still standing. The gates at the Vatican are still closed. They're not bringing in illegals to the Vatican and feeding them in their little soup kitchen and putting them in beds to keep them all warm and snuggly and dry and safe. The Pope doesn't go around reading all of these people bedtime stories and tucking them in. No, that's not how that works. Anyways, it's your show, folks, with me. Here it is, the Friday free-for-all. Get your questions down below. And we're going to talk about something that might, it just might, piss you off. It just might make you go, what the fuck? This next story just might make you go, I knew it. Well, there's a discovery been made, and it's a criminal discovery. It's eye-opening. Some would even say shocking. At Taylor Swift's beachside mansion. Right, yeah, she is a rich little bitch. Rich bitch. At her mansion, just a couple of feet from her property, a stone's throw, if you will, they found human remains. Do the Swiftie parties include P. Diddy partiers? Epstein partiers? Do they include, at the Swiftie mansion, the red shoe kitty hunting to death parties? All I know is it's human remains. It doesn't say it's children or teenagers or adults or the elderly. We're kind of keeping it a little bit hush-hush. But wouldn't you say that's a bit unnerving, a bit shocking? It's just Taylor Swift. Isn't she supposed to be just this great person? Why are the parts of a human laying around on the fucking ground just off to the side of her property? That got my attention, folks. That got my attention. These musicians are some sick fucks. They really are some sick fucks. Mr. Uman, where shall we go? And it's our good friend Village Idiot. And he says, I just hope that someone has taught this new pope where the woods are. And poop emoji. Yeah, where does the bear shit in the woods, Mr. Pope? Here's what I'll say. I am absolutely certain, Village Idiot, that the Pope knows exactly where the woods are and exactly where the bear shits. I have no doubt that every Pope, every cardinal, every bishop, all get taken aside. Walk this way out to the woodshed, if you will. And they're told exactly how the game is played. The same way politicians in Washington, D.C. are taken aside and they're shown every criminal act they've ever committed. Well, congressman, in order to get to Congress, you lied and cheated and stole money. You broke the law. You were fucking the babysitter. Oh, yeah, the babysitter was underage. You're going to be our bitch now, Mr. Congressman. Now, back to work. Senator Bitch. Guess what? We've got videos of you, well, sucking a sausage under a desk. Don't worry, we won't tell your kids and grandkids and your husband and the public. You're just going to be our bitch now in the Senate. Oh, and don't forget that campaign funding. Yeah, that was all illegal. We saw it. We caught it. We know. Off you go. And that's how it works. They dangle a little goodie out in front of them. Give them some power. Give them some money. Give them some cocaine. Give them a little bit of sex. And oh, now we've got somebody who can be controlled. The Pope, well, I know a lot of great Catholics, folks. And I know some shitty fucking Catholics, too. And I know that the priests, the Catholic priests out there, have not had a great track record over the centuries. Not just this century or last century or even the 1800s. We can go back to the 1700s. I don't know, the 16, 15, 14, 13, 1200s. Yeah. Priests, all the way up to the Pope, love to bugger the boys. I don't get it. I don't know how someone looks at a little boy and says, I'm going to hurt you in the ass. But that's what these sick fuckers do. So, yeah, if this Pope has ever done anything wrong, and I'm sure he has. Oh, Uman says this particular Pope has been accused of looking the other way on the buggering of children. That means anally violating them, sodomizing them. Yeah, they know where the bear shits. They know where the woods are. And if you fuck up, you might end up taking a sip of water and then instantly going into, right, fucking contusions. That Portuguese right-wing politician the other day, I reported he was speaking publicly and all of a sudden he grabbed his throat and fell over. Well, it turns out you just rewind the film a little bit further. He takes a nice drink of water out of a glass, puts the glass down, starts to talk. So within 20 seconds, whatever hit him and almost killed him. I wonder if he didn't listen and do as he was told. Does the CIA have a drug that can kill you in a matter of seconds? Well, in the 1970s, they had a gun, a heart attack gun, they called it. And it would shoot you with a little piece of ice. And within that ice was a toxin so deadly it would kill you in a matter of seconds. And the only evidence would be a pinprick where this ice crystal went into your skin. And since the heart stops near instantly, if there's a cut, guess what? There's no blood pressure to push the blood out and bleed and show where the wound is. Yeah, that was the 1970s, folks. And that was revealed in Congress in what it was known as the church hearings. And you see all these fucking congressmen handling this weird looking fucking gun that the CIA admitted to having. That was in the 70s. I'm pretty sure that in the last 50 years, they figured out better ways to kill people. Yeah, the bears shitting in the woods. Okay, was that my question, your question, my comment, your comment? No, that was you guys. It's now my turn. And you want to talk about Catholics? I'm now going to bring up the Episcopalians. Isn't that like Catholic light? Anyways, the White House is pissed off at the church, the Episcopal Church, that is, because they are racists. They are anti-white. They have a double standard. They're hypocrites. One of the groups of people that Jesus hated the most was hypocrites. He did not like the Pharisees nor the Sadducees, but he spoke about lawyers and hypocrites and money changers. Yeah. Well, the Episcopal Church has refused to do anything to help establish or resettle the South African refugees. I thought we're supposed to love Africans. Oh, wait, these are white Africans. Oh, silly me. The Episcopal Church, no. Nope, it's refusing to settle white South Africans. I think this anti-white church, the Episcopals, need to be boycotted for supporting illegals, murderers, rapists, pedophiles. Jesus would not like these people. I don't think he'll forgive them for what they're doing, because I'm pretty sure these South Africans are Christians. Oh, they're white Christians. Sorry. I think the people in the Episcopal Church who are denying helping good, decent people probably deserve a millstone around their necks. These asylum-seeking migrants from South Africa, they brought their wives, they brought their children. Unlike the millions and millions and millions and millions of military-aged men who were, well, Arab, Black, Hispanic, south of the border gangs. They just marched right across the border, and the Episcopal Church was all about making sure they're taken care of. Unfucking believable, folks. This is the church. So when we say shit, it's the fan, there is no safe place for any of us unless you know it's safe. Can you trust the government? Fuck no. At the federal, state, or even local level, no. Can you trust law enforcement at the federal, state, or local level? No, you cannot. I mean, look at Kash Patel. He's supposed to be this badass in charge of the FBI. All he's done is gone in behind closed doors and I guess licked the sweat off of the balls of his masters. I hate to be crude, but I don't give a fuck because he lied. You either do your job or you fucking resign. That's it. You don't get to collect a paycheck and then pretend like I did my best. No. Resign. If you can't do your job, resign. If you're afraid to do your job, resign. Tom Homan's not afraid to do his job. Pete Hegseth is not afraid to do his job. Fuck, Tulsi Gabbard is not afraid to do her job. But Kash Patel, I'm scared. I need more protection. I don't know what to do. Pam Bondi, we just captured a drug dealer down in Florida, so I've done my job this week. I'm going to go sit on Fox News now and talk for a while, and people better be scared because I'm tired of having to give excuses, but I've got more. Fuck these people. I'm absolutely and totally sick and tired of them. No excuses. I'm tired of excuses from these people. Right? They want to let in criminals and they want to keep out decent people who actually have skills and can be beneficial and productive. Okay, Mr. Uban, let's have some fun here. What do we want to discuss? We're 2/3 of the way through the show. And we got, is that a Mr. Miyagi or a Mrs. Miyagi? Miyagi says, what about the ones that can't be controlled? Do they get a pass? I don't know who the fuck we're talking about. We talking about illegal aliens? We talking about legal aliens? We talking about popes?
I think he was referring to the government officials in general when they get the talk once they get elected.
Ah, yes. That's what, because I'm talking about a lot of scum. I mean, look, hold on to your thought there, Miyagi. Don't go nowhere. But we don't have a lot of safe havens as Americans, regardless of color. If you're a good American and black, great. If you're a good American and brown, good. If you're a good American and white, great. If you're a good American, ain't right. If you're a good American, you need to, and I keep saying this, you need food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense. And you need to know where you're at and who is in there. That doesn't just mean Antifa and BLM or how many mosques are in your area. It's the government. Is your police department good? Or is it questionable? Is your sheriff good? And are the deputies good? Or are they questionable? It's important. Who is in your area? Churches. Do you have churches a quarter mile from your house? A mile? 2 miles? 5 miles? Are these churches Catholic? And do you have a pope? Do you have a priest like Archbishop Vignano? Do you have a priest that believes in freedom, liberty, equality, as well as grace and forgiveness? Or do you have one of these fucking lying scumbag buggering bastards, or these Episcopalians, or some Protestant Bible thumper who just wants your money and he's a fucking hypocrite, right? Are the churches around you good, and will they help others during SHTF? Or will they seek to promote themselves and gain power? It's important, folks, because in my area, there's a lot of churches. I believe some are good, and I believe others are not. When I drive by a church and they got a fucking rainbow flag hanging from it, that's not a good church. That's a church that promotes, well, sodomy, destruction of children, and even pedophilia. And that is a sad fucking thing to say. Now, on to Miyagi. So, in Congress, the Senate, people show up, and they can't be controlled, huh? Yeah, there are some that can't be controlled, right? They haven't done anything wrong. Now, I do think that the FBI, the CIA, Mossad out of Israel, MI6, if they don't have information on you, they can fabricate it now. With artificial intelligence, they can fabricate pictures of you, video of you doing whatever they want you to do. They can put your voice in it. They can do all kinds of shit, right? Fakes, deep fakes. None of us are safe from that. Well, let's just say that, for argument's sake, Miyagi, someone hasn't done anything and they can't be controlled. You ask, do they get a path? Well, I'm sure they won't get committee assignments. And if they do, they'll be chicken shit. I'm sure they won't get any camera time, air time, quality time. If they have a bill they would like to propose, they won't get co-sponsors or sponsors. They won't be given the privilege of representing their district. That's how it works. As far as, do they get a path? Well, is this a path leading into the woods to where a hole is? A path through the swamp to where the hungry alligators are? I'm sure that happens also. I'm sure it happens also. I'm not there. I haven't run for Congress, and I don't want any part of that shit. I really don't. I really don't. Now, Miyagi, I'm glad you brought this topic up, because I actually have someone who you are referring to, I think. And that would be Representative Burchett. Finally, I mean, we've had we've had Marge Taylor Greene out there. We've had Anna Paulina Luna, except she thought women who have babies should have special privileges. Sorry, no. You represent the people, not motherhood. I don't mean to be fucking rude, but if you're going to be pregnant and have babies all over and you need special time, and it's going to be kind of hard to represent the people when you're being a mother. It's kind of like owning a business. You don't get to run a business while you're also being a congressman. You're done with the business and you're now a representative. In any event, that was my axe to grind with Anna Paulina Luna. Beyond that, she's been great. Right? But we need more of them. In fact, Representative Burchett is introducing legislation because he wants Trump's America First agenda turned into law. That's good. Right? And we had, 17 congressmen also step up and say, that's it, we're done. We are ready to turn the Make America Great Again pledges, Trump's executive orders get turned into law as well. So finally, they're starting to step up. Now, my question to you guys is, are you going to support them? And, well, I'm going to say encourage them with very loud, all capitalized comments, emails, text messages, phone calls, whatever it takes. Don't give them a fucking break. Tim Burchett, you want to put legislation in there to codify the America First agenda? Great. Now we need to all yell at Tim Burchett. Do it. Don't talk about it. We're tired of the talking. Go do it. Right? Arrests need to be made. Do it. Right? And Republicans have failed us, folks. Absolutely failed us. The Republicans have failed and failed and failed and failed. And then they failed us some more. No vote on the big, beautiful bill, which is full of a bunch of big bullshit. It's not good legislation. We don't need one big, beautiful bill. What a fucking stupid sounding thing anyways. Here's a law, vote on it. Here's a law, vote on it. Here's a law, vote on it. Okay, that one's today, that one's today, that one's today, that one's today. They go through this committee where they stuff all this shit in the omnibus. One big, beautiful bullshit bill. No. Bill. As fast and as hard and difficult as it takes to put them into one big, beautiful bill, you could vote on them individually. Passed. Send it on. Send it to the Senate. Tell them to either fucking pass it or not. And then send it to Trump. Right? These people are playing games with us. Congressmen need to be able to support their family. Fuck you. Congressman, fuck you. You need to be able to screw everyone to the stock market by insider trading. Yeah, okay, more special privileges, right? No, I'm tired of these people. But yeah, they'll get some kind of a path, Miyagi. Thank you very much for that. And it was a great segue into Representative Burchett. I'm sure a lot of them are threatened, folks. I'm sure of it. And the ones that haven't done anything wrong yet, didn't take the bait, didn't get tricked, didn't get fooled, they're going to continue to fuck with them. They could plant evidence in their office. Some cocaine, some fentanyl. They could do a couple of deep fakes. Hey, you were partying with Hunter Biden. And then show them that and go, you're going to come around, you're going to play? In any event, folks, it's Friday. It's been one hell of a week. I hope you are okay, but get prepared. You need food. Food, I'm going to say, for 6 months minimum. 6 months minimum. Water, you need the ability to get water, clean the water, sanitize the water so it can be drank, right? Shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense. Get prepared. If you have money after that, gold and silver. Gold and silver. Coins, bars, it don't fucking matter, right? Bullion or constitutional coinage, that is to say, silver coins from America from 1964 and back. 1964 and back, you could get silver coins. They're valued at silver, right? In any event, folks, it is a rough week. A lot of good things have happened, a lot of bad things. What else do you guys want to talk about? I know we're running out of time here. I want to give everyone I can a chance to get up here on the screen. And Uman says this: you'll never guess what Governor Prickster wants to do to fix the school program. Since most Chicago kids cannot read, and you heard that right, they cannot read or perform math at their grade levels. And the number in Chicago, the percentage of kids that can read and write is an entirely tiny percentage. Vast swaths of children get pushed from grade to grade to grade to grade. They get up to, senior in high school and they just graduate them off. There you go, student. And Uman says they're going to fix it by lowering the standards. The old lowering the bar technique. Because it didn't work in the military. Let's try it in schools. Teachers used to teach. They used to go to school. The class would be seated, and they would teach reading, writing, arithmetic. You become proficient at your grade level. Then you move up to the next grade. If you weren't proficient, you used to get held back. It's called flunking. And you get held back and you redo that grade again. Teaching seemed to work pretty good when I was a student and a child. Now there's no teaching. Now teachers show up with an agenda, and they show up to indoctrinate children into believing that boys can become girls, that men can have babies, that raping someone isn't rape, and that listening to your teacher discuss their sex change operation, their favorite sexual anal penetration, is just fine. If I talk to anyone at work about my favorite sex position, I get fired for sexual harassment. But teachers can talk to children about how they like to butt fuck their partner. No problem. That's great. I wonder why no one's learning anything. Yeah, lower the standards. The military tried it, folks. They tried lowering the standards. And what did we get? Lower qualified people. It just doesn't work. But yeah, that's how they'll fix it. That's how you make retards feel smart by telling them they're not retards and giving them a diploma. And I think it was the president of Argentina, Javier Milei, who said, what did he say? If printing money solved economic problems, then printing diplomas would solve the ignorance issues we have. Well, they print and they print and they print, and it doesn't help. We've got massive problems in our economy. The economy on Main Street and the economy, if you want to call it an economy, it's more like the investment financial world of Wall Street. Big trouble. The monetary world, big trouble. Printing money hasn't solved it, has it? That was called quantitative easing. And by the way, there is a very quiet quantitative easing going on right now because other countries are not willing to buy U.S. T-bills, treasury bills, bills and bonds, bonds and bills. People don't want them. Countries don't want them. They want gold. Gold! They love gold. And the gold, my friends, is being shipped around like you can't believe. And I know someone's going to go, wait a minute, John. Gold has dropped. It hit 3,500 and dropped a few hundred, and then it's back and bobbled back and forth while it consolidates and goes sideways. Pretty common. And then it'll pop up again. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about what's going on with this fucking gold. It is being shipped around. Hundreds of tons. Same with silver, by the way. They're beating the price out of the silver, which just gives you and me and us, if you have money, which I don't, the opportunity to buy more at a cheaper price. That's about all they're doing, is trying to protect the banks, protect the dollar, protect their short positions, fuck everyone else out of money until the system breaks. Oh, yeah, there it is again, lowering the standards. Right? Where's the CFTC? Where's the SEC? Where's the investigators who are supposed to be looking for insider trading? Fat fucking chance. Right? Well, it's happening, folks. It is on. Big problems are out there. And they're printing and printing and printing. We'll find out where this goes. Any way you want to look at it, folks, it is a mess. Now, since I got here Friday afternoon with you guys, some things have happened, right? Joe Rogan, who I've developed a lot of respect for over the last couple of years, right? He's I think really grown up and really learned. And he's been putting on more substantive guests. And one of them has come on and shown that Facebook, that would be Meta, Mark Zuckerberg. Oh, by the way, the word Meta in Yiddish, I believe, means the dead. Anyways, they subjected 700,000 Facebook users to an experiment in mind control, and they didn't warn anyone. They didn't ask permission. They just fucked with them. This is typical, folks. I don't know why there's not an investigation followed by a warrant for arrest. I'm tired of investigations. I want arrests. I do. Now, the United States Supreme Court has decided it wants to join, that's right, join the Democrats in violating the law. There's no better fucking way to put it. The Supreme Court is now violating the law. The law was written. The law was passed. The law was signed into the law, right? They pass a bill, the president signs it, it's a law. The illegal aliens and enemies and dealing with all that shit. We have an illegal army in this country of gang members who invaded. And the Supreme Court is now stopping President Trump, the Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, the Department of Homeland Security, the Border Patrol from deporting Venezuelan gang members under the law is the Alien Enemies Act. They are not from America. They're aliens. They're fucking criminals. That makes them enemies. And you know who the two were that didn't go with this? Judge Clarence Thomas and Judge Samuel Alito. You know who did sign it and say, yeah, you can't send these illegal, child molesting, child raping, drug using, kidnapping, extortionist, murdering, violent thugs. Chief Justice John Roberts, Amy Coney Barrett. I haven't seen anything that says Amy Coney was against it, only that Justices Alito and Thomas dissented. The rest of them, that's a great fucking idea. Let's take the power away from the president that's there. Well, he shouldn't have that. Even Justice Kavanaugh, folks, agreed to temporarily block the Trump administration from deporting violent, drug-selling, murdering, prostitution, pedophilia fucks. Who the fuck are they? The law has been passed. The president executes. And now the court is saying, no, no, no. Just reading the fucking words hurts. I understand and agree with the court's decision to grant a temporary injunction. In 1971, President Nixon temporarily suspended the gold window. In other words, he took us off the gold standard temporarily. Here we are 54 fucking years later. It's still temporary, folks. Did you know that? It's still temporary. So this decision is unsigned. Well, then how can it be fucking passed? The detainees haven't been given enough time or resources to challenge their deportations. They're illegal. They're criminally invading the country. Oh, but they need due process. Oh, you mean like January 6th fucking protesters? I'm so fucking sick and tired of these goddamn communist fucks. Pardon me for saying it that way. God's going to have their asses if I don't get a fucking chance to do it myself. And to end this, folks, James Comey is going to be escorted by the Secret Service to Washington, D.C., to their field office for an interview over his post, which didn't just imply, but called for assassinating President Trump. Secret Service? What about the F-fucking-B-I? Shit has hit the fan, folks. We're not going to get justice. We're not going to get our country back. I hate to be a black pill, negative Nelly, but this is what I'm seeing from these sick sons of bitches. Chance favors the prepared mind. Is yours. Get prepared, folks. Get prepared. It's not looking good, and I've just fucking had it with these people. Oh, one last thing. There is a way that veterans should be treated, respected. President Trump sent a surprise birthday message to a World War II veteran who is 104 years old. Respect. Respect. God bless America. Semper Fi.